Let me ask you this. If I punch you in the mouth, then give you an ice pack, does that make me a hero? If I slow up your money because I want my name on the check, does that mean that I give a fuck about you? Or do I just want to shine? Let's be for real, man. So many people for sale. You got to stand for something. Everything ain't for sale. And just because a motherfucker gives you money, don't mean they give a fuck about you. Time is irreplaceable. Money can be earned and made repeatedly. Thank you for tuning in to Ace B's Point of View. Let's get it.
It seems like an eternity ago, but in the early stages of the lockdown, I gave this warning.
It was people I was telling that this coronavirus was going to be around for a minute. They like, man, it's election time. Give it 30 days, it'll blow over or whatever. They just doing it for this or that reason. Okay, that shit sounds good, but it really didn't matter because the fact of the matter is this coronavirus is here and it done changed everybody's life for now and after. Believe that.
We all have to remember a crisis has to be dealt with. We want to protect people and save lives. And we have our civil liberties, our Constitution to also preserve. And after 9/11, we did a heck of a lot of stuff that in the moment felt really good. But then later on, years later, comes the waste, fraud, and abuse. We're seeing some of those things creep in during this COVID crisis as well.
So what's next? Anybody ask themselves that? What's the next stipulation, law? What's next? Because if y'all think this is it, let's let this shit unfold. It's unraveling right before your eyes. But wait, are you watching? Are you watching? I'm going to move this piece. You going to do that. From you doing that, I'm going to do this. Watch what's happening. The games are being played.
In the weeks since, we've seen a lot of COVID-19 mission creep. Somehow flattening the curve ended up flattening our civil liberties as well. Virginia used the emergency as cover to ram through more anti-gun measures. Michigan and Kentucky, they cracked down on worshipers even when they were social distancing. And California, well, they're funneling money to illegal immigrants. But there's a new threat to our rights on the horizon, and it's being pushed by the second wealthiest man in the world. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation, well, they spend hundreds of millions of dollars on research projects around the world. They do a lot of good. And now it's the largest active funder of the World Health Organization as well, despite the WHO's recent COVID failures and coziness with China. Now, according to Gates, the only way to responsibly end the shutdowns, the stay-at-home orders, is for a pretty vast surveillance system to be put in place.
My bad. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for everybody that's rocking with me. Let's get back to your boy Bill. Story goes on.
Writing in the Washington Post, the United States can follow Germany's example, interview everyone who tests positive, and use a database to make sure someone follows up with all their contacts. Well, of course, he insists this will all be voluntary. You choose whether you download the digital tools onto your cell phone. He notes that some people have proposed allowing phones to detect other phones that are near them by using Bluetooth and emitting sounds that humans can't hear. And if someone tested positive, their phone would send a message to other phones, and their owners could, go get tested. Well, how this information would be stored, whether it would be stored, and to whom it would be accessible, I mean, it's anyone's guess. We don't know any of this yet. Well, in a perfect world, perhaps this would all work seamlessly, with no abuses and no misuse of our medical data. But there are profound questions involved here, including the damage that would be done to America if we really can't even open this up until an army, as they call it, of tracers and technology was put in place. Is any of this even feasible? Now, one would think that given all the issues floating out there, that journalists would have at least a few questions, some curiosity about how any Gates-approved tracing and digital tracking system, whatever you want to call it, how it would all be implemented. Well, not so much curiosity.
So let me get this straight. I'm not here to sway anybody's beliefs. I just throw topics out here to make us think, and maybe somebody can explain to me what the hell's going on. This is just my point of view on things. So it's like either that man Bill Gates is like the ultimate philanthropist, humanitarian, and he actually gives a fuck about the world, or it's to the point where he has enough money and he wants to control a lot of things. Because once you get enough money, it ain't about getting more money. It's about more control. It's about control at that point. As if we're not under surveillance enough. I mean, they can track everywhere you're going with your damn phone, even after you turn that location off. Believe that shit. You get into something, they'll pull up every cell tower your phone hitting off of, and who you was with. They can tell you that. So what's the need to do anything else as far as the surveillance goes? Because in all reality, we are already being surveilled. What's next? That's my question. It's a question. I can't tell you what's next.
Called contact tracing. Contact tracing is the good old-fashioned detective work, long part of smart public health planning.
It's absolutely critical to stopping new infections.
Well, the Ingram angle is asking some hard questions here. It all sounds fine on the surface. Remember after the 9/11, everything seemed fine. The Patriot Act, new Homeland Security Department, ramp up, surges. It all seemed perfectly reasonable. Years later, we found out some of that stuff wasn't. Well, sometimes we have to ask uncomfortable questions because we know that there aren't too many in the media who actually will.
I mean, I understand it's always been about the money. It's always bullshit involved, right? But since when damn Bill Gates got to say so in anything? Since when should he have a say in anything that's above Microsoft? Go push some damn buttons, man.
A few months ago, we were all terrified by models that told us millions of people could die of the coronavirus in the United States, or at least hundreds of thousands. Well, fear is a really powerful tool. And is it really true now, as some in the medical establishment are arguing, that it will be unsafe to work or to travel or go to church or a ball game unless we give up our personal data?
At this point, for all the people that's not working, they have just pulled the rug out from under you. And you have either fallen or you fail. But the thing is, man, once you get up, some shit got to change. So that's why I stress entrepreneurship over everything damn near. Because a lot of people's income has just been put to a halt. We in the day and age of technology, it's a million ways to make you some money. Besides this YouTube. Because this shit here, this a whole nother ball game. Whole bunch of bullshit goes on. We know that. You should never depend on a system to provide money for you. Especially a system that has screwed people over in the past. They screwed this system, this America, this system has fucked people over since we can remember. Let's just be honest.
Well, finally, China boldly predicted today that it could have a COVID vaccine ready by early 2021. What a neat trick.
What's next? That's my question. It's a question. I can't tell you what's next. I know what's next for me. I know what I'm going to do. And you should be thinking about what are you going to do? Because this is not going to be the last time. I can promise you that. And I know a lot of people probably think I just get on here and be running my mouth. It's not about book smarts at this point. I got some of that too, though. I know business. That's that. You want to know about business? I can tell you that. I couldn't tell you about all this scientific shit and the vaccines. Maybe you can tell me. But the thing is, don't let yourself be in this situation no more. I will make sure that I'm not going to be. Believe that shit, man. And I'm planning what I'm going to do after this is over. After this phase is over, shall I say. Because this shit is never over. So, put your thinking caps on, man. Don't sit here and just waste your time and bullshit around. Get you some information off this YouTube, too. Pick up a book. Get you some information off that. You ain't even got to read books no more. Audio books. There's no reason for anybody to be blind, man. You need to learn something. Don't sit here and play. And there's still people getting killed in the streets. I just ain't been even coming talking about that. You think this COVID and the stay-at-home order would set some people down or maybe take their mind off of killing the next person. It hasn't. That just lets you know what type of society we live in. It's real.